InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today's podcast was sponsored by Kelowna-based Lexaria Bioscience Corporation, trading on the CSE under the symbol LXX and on the OTC as LXRP. Lexaria has developed a new distributive drug delivery platform, Dehydratech. The company's patented technology changes the way active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, enter the body orally. This masks unwanted taste, which eliminates the need for sugar-filled edibles, reduces the time of onset, effects are felt within 15 to 20 minutes versus 60 to 120 minutes, avoids first-pass liver metabolism, increases bioabsorption by 5 to 10 times, and the company's Dehydratech technology is patent protected for multiple APIs, CBD, THC, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen, nicotine, and fat-soluble vitamins. Learn more about Lexaria at www.lexariabioscience.com. Okay, so today we'll be looking at announcements from Canopy Growth Corporation, who had a lot of news come out, trading on the TSX as WEED and the New York Stock Exchange as CGC. Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, trading on the TSX as ACB and the OTCQB as ACBFF, and Afria Incorporated, trading on the TSX as APH and the US OTC as APHQF. Starting with Canopy Growth Corporation, who had a bunch of announcements come out today, the first being that it introduced its Latin American affiliate company, Canopy Latam Corporation, a wholly owned and controlled subsidiary of Canopy Growth Corporation. Through Canopy Latam, the company has acquired Spectrum Cannabis Colombia SAS, which previously operated as Colombian Cannabis SAS, expanding the company's focus on the emerging medical cannabis market of Latin America. This announcement represents a leap forward in Canopy's growth strategy for an industry-leading Spectrum Cannabis brand. As a member of the Canopy Growth family, Canopy Latam will focus on advancing medical cannabis and capturing market share across the region, home to more than 600 million people as individual nations modernize their medical cannabis legislation. Canopy Growth Corporation also announced that it has closed its previously announced transaction to acquire the remaining 33% stake of BC Tweed Joint Ventures Incorporated. The consolidation of the two largest federally licensed cannabis facilities in the world into full Canopy Growth ownership cements the company's commitment to shareholder value through scale production. Our BC Tweed operations have allowed us to pursue and finalize large recreational supply contracts across Canada, said Mark Zekulin, President and co-CEO of Canopy Growth. Construction and retrofitting work continues at both greenhouse sites to continue on an aggressive pace towards licensing all 3 million square feet of production. And finally, Canopy Growth Corporation also announced the completion of a major supply agreement with the Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis Commission to supply the province with premium cannabis products in a variety of forms, including whole flower, oil, and soft gel capsules. Under the terms of the agreement, the largest of its kind in Canada, Canopy Growth will supply Alberta with over 15,000 kilograms of cannabis products to support the first 6 months of the province's adult use recreational cannabis market, set to open October 17th of this year. Inventory will be replenished by the company as requested, and the AGLC reserves the right to extend the agreement for up to 2 additional years in 12-month increments. Should the need arise, Canopy Growth is prepared to go beyond the minimum supply commitment to ensure the AGLC has sufficient product to meet market demand. Combining the company's supply agreements with 6 provinces and 1 territory, including New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, Yukon, recently announced Manitoba, and now Alberta, Canopy Growth is committed to supply these markets on an annualized basis with up to 61,500 kilograms of cannabis products in the first year of legalized sales, with varying incremental multi-year obligations by province. Supply agreements are supported by a national production platform, which includes a state-of-the-art indoor production facility located just outside Edmonton, Alberta. Initially announced in June of this year, the production site ensures that Albertans are accessing Tweed and other Canopy Growth affiliated products from a company proudly investing in the province. Okay, moving on to Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, who announced that it has also entered into an agreement with the Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis Commission to supply high-quality cannabis products for the adult consumer use market in the province. Consequently, Aurora will initially allocate up to 25,000 kilograms of product for the first 6 months of sales to this market. Aurora's 3 facilities in Alberta, Aurora Sky, Mountain and Sun, With a combined funded production capacity of more than 250,000 kilograms per year, uniquely position Aurora to provide a reliable, high-quality supply of cannabis to the province. Through this agreement, Aurora, which is the leader in the medical cannabis market in Alberta, will play an important role in ensuring sufficient product is available to the adult consumer market in the province. And finally, we look to Aphria Incorporated, who today announced that it has also signed a supply agreement with the Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis Commission as well to provide a portfolio of high-quality cannabis and cannabis derivative products for sale of the Alberta adult use market. Under the terms of their agreement, the AGLC has placed an opening order of 870 kilograms to be supplied from across the full portfolio of Aphria's adult use brands and products, including dried flower, pre-rolls, and cannabis oils. Once additional product categories such as vapes and edibles are authorized under the Cannabis Act, it's anticipated that they will also be made for sale throughout the province, further enhancing the company's assortment of offerings in this market. And Aphria Incorporated has also announced that it successfully completed the divestiture of the company's ownership interest in Copper State Farms LLC and Copper State Farms Investors LLC, previously announced on February 2nd of this year. Aphria's original investment was approximately $11.1 million, for which Aphria received $20 million as part of the divestiture, realizing a gain of approximately $8.8 million on the sale. That is all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact investorideas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the investorideas.com website. And this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment.